Welcome, Wolfpack. Welcome. Whew. Daily Survival's loving a Wolfpack anthem. We're loving it. Thank you for joining me, Drew, Single Prepper, for the Campfire Catch-up. You know how we do. Every now and again, we get together around a campfire and catch up. What Guam? What's been going on? What have we got coming up? What's happened during the week? What have you missed? Yeah? How close are we to utter, complete and total destruction? Yeah? That kind of thing. So, thank you to each and every one of you for joining me. Sandy was the first in the chat. Evening, my lovely. Daily Survival. Greetings. Chaos in the house. Great to see you, my man. We've got Stevie O as well. Great to see you. Thank you again, Stevie O, for contributing over on the Discord server, which is completely free to join animal lovers. I'm pretty sure I seem to remember. Yes, Stevie O. Stevie O with the pet pig and a beautiful doggy. So get yourself over on the Discord server. It's a great place to be. There's the main hangout where we just chat about whatever. And of course, we have our after parties here. Today is one of the few days we won't be having an after party publicly. Yeah, it was important that we got together today. Links in the description for Discord server and all the other ways you can follow me. So thank you so much to those that have. But yeah, it's thank you to those that have just joined the Discord server over the last few days. Really appreciate the Wolfpack growing. Please do me a favour, do the like button thing, because it really helps the channel, because it's been pretty much, you know, and all that. So yeah, any little likey poos is good for the algorithm to get it sent out to people who never get their notifications. The amount of people that say to me they never get notifications, which is one of the benefits, in fact, of the Discord server, is because on the announcements here, when I do an announcement on here and I use the everyone as the server owner, it goes out to everyone. They get an announcement saying I'm about to go live. This is the one you're watching now. So yeah, that's kind of another benefit of being on there. So thank you to everyone who's joined us. We've got Mr. Atom Blue as well with us. Great to see you. Who else did I see there? John C. I made it on time for the start of the show this time, says John C. Great to see you, my man. And good to see you yesterday as well, supporting us. How does Stevie-O know my ex-mother-in-law? Oh, the pig. Like it, John C. Great to have you with us. Hope you're having a good weekend, everybody. There's quite a lot going on around the world. That's kind of, you know, just feel free to shove in the live chat, wherever it is you want to talk about that's going on near you. Don't forget, if you are on Discord, it's free to join. If you scroll down the bottom, you can come into the live guests. If you'd like to talk to me on the show live, voice and stuff, you don't have to show your image or anything like that. But if you want to do like a live guest call in, like on the radio shows back in the day, you're more than welcome to do that. So go jump yourself into the Discord server and go down to the bottom there, and you'll see the live guests with the clapperboard. And if I see someone sitting in there and you're up for coming on the show and talking about stuff that's going on around the world, then it'd be lovely to have you on board. So thank you, everyone. Daily Survival, moderator of all moderators. Great to have you with us. Don't forget, it's always a good idea to share my videos on your social media, because they don't really get out any other way. But and don't forget, you can always check me out on my website, sigmaprepper.com. When it hits the fan, don't end up around a campfire eating squirrels on sticks. And you see, this is the corporate fire. You see, it's the same fire it's the same fire that's running on my website live, right? So everything's on there that you need. All the links to all the pages on my website, and you can catch up with us. And of course, the Discord links there as well to join, as well as all my socials and things like that. So thank you to everyone who's helping us, you know, keep the show running, supporting me via Patreon as a VIP member, and all the benefits you get with that. So thank you so much, everyone. Such a great bunch. Reminder, switch from top messages to live chat. Oh yes, Kaz has just joined us as well. Just making sure my live chat window is showing all of the messages. Great to see you, my darling. I hope you're having a good weekend. I don't know what people are doing, but here in the UK, it's pretty stormy. Pretty stormy. Just checking the headlines over on the BBC, look, for the UK, and a man gets fatally injured after a tree falls on the car as Storm Bert brings heavy snow and winds to the UK. I did have a little quick look on Windy, and to have a look, this is the UK here, look, and you can see this is what's incoming. So this is ahead of time. We can bring it back to here, you see. And this is the progression of the storm heading towards the UK. So this is what they're talking about. This is Storm Bert. This is what's been referenced on the BBC here. Parents devastated over daughter's suspected poisoning thing. I talked about that yesterday, don't forget. Your pictures of Storm Bert. So let's have a look and see what sort of things were going on. Of course, I'm not surprised. The sea is super rough out there. Like I say, when you look at where this thing's coming in and the sort of wind levels we've got around the coast, you know, you can pop a flag in here and have a look. 51 miles an hour, look. So it looks like it's definitely having an impact. Snow as well, look. Multi-hazard Storm Bert causing disruption across the UK. Disruption is causing fun as far as that little doggy is concerned, isn't it? That doggy isn't thinking disruption. That doggy's thinking snow. Like I'd be thinking, snow, yay! Get the sledges out. Get the snowmen out. Yeah. Some flooding. Not what we like to see. But again, waves are kicking up big time. So let us know if you're in the UK. Let us know what the weather's doing near you. It has been windy here. We're a little bit concerned about our... Oh, look. We're a little bit concerned about our conservatory roof is not the strongest and it's been needing to be patched up for a long time. For the time being, I've got a piece of... I've got like a piece of floor lining, like vinyl flooring. There was an offcut from when we had the downstairs done ages ago, and there was this offcut of vinyl floor. And so I kept that in the garage, and when we had winds about a year ago, and it sort of sucked our conservatory roof up to the point where it split and put a hole in it. So I've just patched it up with like duct tape and that, like you do, and then just put this vinyl floor covering on it to stop the rain coming through quite so much. But of course, we're back into winter now. It's like no time to get anything done, and I don't really want to be crawling around on that roof without the right ladders, because you know you're going to fall through that thing. It's like it's quite old, you know, the polycarbonate roofs on conservatories, not even the triple stuff, just the double stuff, right? So at this time, because it's been sat in UV for the whole however many millions of years, it's just, yeah, you're going to fall straight through that. So it's a bit tricky. We're going to need to get that figured out. So if anyone knows a good way of patching up conservatory roofs, we need maybe some gunky, rubbery, masticky stuff, just smear the entire roof in it and be done with it. Never a leak shall show its head again. 1984 Red Dawn is on Prime at the moment. Is it? Have I seen Red Dawn? I'm thinking about Hunt for Red October. What happens in Red Dawn? Was it the one made in 1984, Mr. Atom Blue? Ellen brought the snow. I guess Daily Survival was referring to Ellen DeGenerate, who said that because Trump's getting in power and because, you know, the Epstein list and the P. Diddy list, it's probably best that she leaves and runs away to another country. So she chose the UK, which wasn't very clever because we do actually have an extradition treaty with the United States. So should she be requested to go back in regard to the P. Diddy and everything like that going on, the UK would indeed send her back, as we saw with people in the past. So yeah, she's run away to the UK. I landed at East Midlands last night. Quite sad to be back in the UK. Where did you land from, Stevie-O? Where were you chilling out before coming back to the madness? First time I've heard all season tyres on the Volvo. Can't believe how well it did in the snow and ice compared to standard tyres. Wow. Are they just rubber tyres, John C? They don't have chains on them or anything, I'm assuming. They're just like some sort of alternative grip tread pattern, are they? And compound, maybe? Let us know what's special about the tyres. Thank you for informing people, though. And again, I've got actually a prep list for wintertime in your car. I wanted to put it together into something a bit more formal. It might be worth just zipping off a few of the things on it. I'm disoriented. Why so early? For top secret reasons, Kazza, that you are one of the few people who are going to know why. Because it's Saturday, and you know what happens on a Saturday night, don't you? Shh. Right? My OCD, clearly. I don't have a routine. Yeah? Do I? I try to, actually, that's a lie. I do try to, like 10 p.m. during the week with Sigma Prepper is kind of what I'm aiming for, because it's not too late for the UK guys and it's not too early for the US East Coast, which I have about 50-50 followers, so I like to try and span across. Guess who we've got with us, by the way? Hugo Bear's with me in the studio, just chilling out. He hasn't been anywhere today, so I'm sure he's wondering, you know, are we going yet, Daddy? Are we going yet, Daddy? But you in Tenerife? Do you know? It reminds me when I've got this saying, right? When somebody, do you know when you meet those people that no matter what you say, they've always done something better. They've always like done one better than you. You know what I mean? You're just telling them a story. It's like, oh, you used to have a. Hold on. Oh, you got a V70D5. Oh, I got a V70D6. But my joke thing that I always say when someone's like that, I'm like, they're the sort of person that if you were to tell them you'd been to Tenerife, they'd tell you they'd been to 11 Reef. It's just one of my little jokes. I think it's funny. It's up to you, Stevie O, if you do as well, but... Original one with Patrick Swayze. Ah, okay. World War III, when Russians invade America soil with the Cubans and a group of kids start to fight back. They remade it in 2017 with Chris Hemsworth. Interesting, thank you. And that's on Prime, is it, in the UK? Because Prime in the US is different to Prime in the UK. A lot of people make recommendations and you go and look on Prime in the UK. It's totally different layout of stuff. Tyres, different compound, better grip in the cold, but fine for summer. More road noise. Improve handling on my car. Excellent. Thank you for the heads up, John C. Appreciate it. Hugo, I've lured in here with biscuits, Bourbons, although they're chocolate, they're not real chocolate, but even still, he'll get like half of one of these maximum. Which for a 60-odd kilo dog isn't too severe. Look, you see, it's like as soon as I rustled the packet, this is what happened. Look. Did I hear biscuit packets? Yes, you did, mister. Yes, you did. And we will be getting to them. So in terms of what's going on around the world with the earth changes and things. Now, don't forget, I am trying to maintain my daily video challenge. So I'm doing a video every day, either a live show or an upload video or both on a daily up until New Year, at least, because we need to build this channel to the point where it can be monetized, because I'm running on fumes at the moment and barely able to pay the bills. So we're on a big push to grow the channel. So if you've got some friends that you think would be into the Sigma Preppers Daily, please share the videos with them, and perhaps they can catch us on one of the lives and be part of your friend group in the chat. And it'd be lovely to have your friends with us as well and your family join us. And it's a good way to grow the channel as well, is to post on your social media, your Telegrams, your Facebooks, your Twitters and TikToks and so on, right? So yeah, let's get the word out. Let's build our crew. Underwater eruption. That's in northern Mariana Islands. But yeah, we still got it kicking off in Iceland with the lava and the fissures opening up. And then, yeah, we got Northern California coastline is going to be getting a lot of rain as well. Plus, we've got this big one that I wanted to make note of here. In France, look, where this accident happened and there was like lots of people stranded. Winds reaching 131 kilometers an hour, 81 miles an hour, and snowfall of up to 16 centimeters, 6 inches. The storm caused widespread disruptions, including power outages, right, for over 250,000 homes. Severe traffic halts with 5,000 vehicles stranded. You see what I mean? So you never know when this is going to happen. Your lights go out, right? You will get stranded in your car in a traffic jam, in a freezing cold, in the snow, and someone's caught up in a snowdrift. This is the importance of having, being prepared for such an event, which includes getting yourself a winter kit sorted out in your car, right? Which I did talk briefly about before. And I've made a bunch of notes and bullet list of things that I personally recommend. And I don't even have a lot of the things that I'm recommending. But I was planning to make it into an ebook. Let me see if I can pull it up for you, because I can at least give you the heads up. What am I looking for? What was I just talking about? Where would I put it? I'm usually very organised like this, but I only wrote this the other day. For the winter time, right? Oh, that's annoying. Sorry, I was seeing if I could find it on the fly, but it's not in the folder I thought it was. Let's see what peeps have got rocking in the chat. XC60D5. Keep hold of it. My mechanic says a lot of the new cars are crap. Mine's 2011. It's funny how no one is talking about the emergency alert system didn't send a single message to anyone for what just happened recently. Nuke or not was verified after impact. Yeah. Yeah, I've never expected to have any warning, to be honest. Dark Woods presents in the house. Great to see you, my man. Great to see you. It's 2 storm fronts on the west coast. They actually called it an atmospheric river. We've been getting some rain down here in Silicon Valley, which is rare. Interesting. And again, when you get rain in places that's rare, you end up with more likelihood of things like flash flooding, because it just doesn't get time for the, water to seep into the ground and stuff, right? Ready Prepper 1 in the house. Got your email, by the way. Thank you. Don't worry. I haven't ignored you. It's been full on. Cheers, everyone. Love, peace, and progress to the pack. Yummy. So, thank you for a great week of support, by the way, in terms of seeing people regularly throughout the week on the... YouTube's just taken another 2 subscribers off. They're doing it all the time. They're basically... There's about 9 people who go on every day and about 8 people that get removed. So basically what YouTube's doing is that as soon as people subscribe, it just longs people off the other end. This is about one of the most severe forms of shadow banning there is. It's awful. It's so mean. And I've never done anything to anyone ever. Ooh. But basically, had a great stream of stuff this week, didn't we? We've had basically the Campfire Catch-up. We've had the Storm Shadow missile report that I did. We talked about loads of stuff in that. There was the live in the lab, where I was showing the water pump system that I'd prototyped before, and we were doing tests with a water meter, so we could basically figure out what was the most effective and what difference it makes, and how to use the water testers and things. So that was part of the live in the lab videos, which obviously we've done lots of before, and I've just started those back up again. And then of course the global threat analysis last night was great. Thank you to everyone who showed up for that. And of course during the week as well, we had the filtering lake water video where me and Hugo Bear went to the lake and collected the water that we then subsequently used in that live show later in the day. And of course also 6 days ago, so I suppose that's within the last week, was highlighting my appearance on UK Urban Prepper, who's a new friend of ours, and so really appreciate the opportunity to go and be a part of his podcast on the UK Urban Preppers channel. So thank you so very much. Made a new friend there. Mike is a lovely guy, and he's brought some friends along as well. Scottish Prepper, another great guy who we've met as a result of that. I'd love to get him on the show at some point. He's a fellow prepper as well from Scotland. We've got lots of friends in Scotland, so it's lovely to add Brian to that list. So really been a great week in terms of building the community and building the channel, of course, and getting the information out there. We've covered so much stuff. The one last night, don't forget, I was showing you all some of the things that you get with the ultimate communications and surveillance kit, which is kind of still in prototype format, so it's not complete yet, but it was nice to be able to share some of the little things that are in there. I've still got stuff scattered across my desk actually from last night. I've got the little mini surveillance camera, wireless surveillance camera with battery here still on the desk and stuff. So yeah, most of it's back in the flight case. But thank you for everybody who showed up to that one. Should we have a biscuit and see if Hugo Bear wants to See if Hugo Bear wants to indulge on the... He knows I'm talking about him, bless him. You can hear the rustling. Don't know what you're talking about, Hugo. Is he flapping? Is he flappy? Hello, mister. Can I help you with something? Do you need any help at all, or are you just looking? No, I'm just looking, thanks. Does Hugo Bear want some biscuit? We're going to be dunking our bourbons. Don't forget, the Campfire Catch-ups, you got to be bringing your onesie along. Yeah, it's onesies only, or nightgowns. Cheers, everyone. Hugo want a little bit of biscuit? You'll come say hello to everyone, Hugo Bear. Come on in. Come. Right, up you come then. Come and see Daddy. Is that yummy? With your dinosaur claws. Hugo and his dinosaur claws, yeah? There's a good boy. Is Daddy get a kiss? No. You got it on your arm. Right, go on in on your chair. Good boy. Happy cat. Oh, sorry. Do I have to straighten it out for you? This is the... He has to have the chair straightened out. Right, you happy? Happy now? Oh dear. So Hugo Bear's happy at least. Oh, I'm all tangled up with wires now. Right, we're all good. Thank you for your patience while I have to take care of Hugo Bear as well. He's all part of the he's part of it. I'm babysitting. I'm on babysitting duties basically. Oh dear, thank you everyone for sharing this time with me. I do appreciate everybody's support, and thank you so very much to our last couple of subscribers, and Sandy for the super chat, Laughs Me for the super chat. You can do super chats through Streamlabs, the link's in the description, and you can put a message and it will come up here as well for some ultimate flex. Inventions to finish and all that. Oh dear. I showed a few of my inventions last night as well. Yeah, your views are poor. Must be disheartening. It is, but I've just decided. I went through this like a year ago. I've built channels professionally for people all my life as a media company, right? So I know what's normal growth or not. So I know how much is being held back, and I know it's not normal to have as many people unsubscribed as subscribed on a daily basis. It's just absolute nonsense, and this is what they try to do to hold me back. I don't know why they're so threatened by me. I don't know why they're trying to hold me back so badly. All the information I give is totally bang on. It's from my own. I've been doing this since 2002, and I've been an authoritative voice on this for so many years, but yet so many people seem to want to hold this channel back. So it's interesting, isn't it, why helping people to become independent and secure in themselves and to prepare against crises so they can survive against the odds and things, whether you're a single lone mother or a family of 5, follow Sigma Prepper and see how you can thrive and all that. You know what I mean? So what's so threatening about that? Yeah. So it's a real struggle, and it doesn't need to be. And I've invested a lot of time, energy, and effort, and expertise, and money into getting this business to where I've got to. And it should have been hundreds of thousands of subscribers by now, with all due respect. So the fact that it's been held back quite as hard as it is quite, yeah, it's annoying. But that's what I'm saying. The only way this channel can grow is when people share it, because, you know, the powers that be can't get in the way of that, right? They can get in the way of stopping my channels showing up on SEO and stuff, on the searches, which they do regularly, despite the fact that I spent nearly half my life as one of the most reputable SEO masters. I used to write articles on them on very popular websites for other designers and website creators about SEO, and the fact that it doesn't seem to bring mine up on very few searches is amazing. So it's difficult when you're working against the tide so bad, especially when you've done everything the right way. But there you go. This is what we're up against. I was just going to bring something up for you, which is... let's just have a look-see. Have a look-see. So it will do things like this, right? If you know how to set graphs up on the analytics, right? So the green ones is a subscriber lost and the purple pink ones is a subscriber gained. So do you see when someone subscribes, it will just remove one. And then when someone subscribes, it's removed two. You see? And you can see here it says subscribers gained 5 and subscribers lost 7. And it will tell you the videos that you gain them on, right? So like this is my Sigma Prepper quiz game show thing I do, right? But it can't show you where these 7 have been unsubscribed. And how many times do you even ever unsubscribe from someone? Very rarely. Yeah? So to have more people unsubscribed than subscribed, it just never happens. But it's what it does to me to keep it from growing, you see. And so you can look at different time periods like 2023 overall. Yeah. And you'll see, look, subscribers gained 323, subscribers lost 126. So virtually 50% of all the people that subscribe to me get longed off the other end. This is not normal. You wouldn't even see 1% unsubscriber rate. And I know because I've built lots and lots of channels for lots and lots of my clients and been responsible for their analytics and reporting on how well they're doing, what their growth is looking like and so on. So I've had the advantage of seeing lots and lots of different YouTube channels, growth metrics over the lot of time to know what's normal or not, right? And you wouldn't even get 1% unsubscribed, let alone a channel like mine where it's all quality stuff and it's all quality produced, quality content and all original stuff, right? And well put together and well documented, title, descriptions, keywords, hashtags and everything done the way it should be. To have like half as many people unsubscribe as subscribed, you see? It's not normal. It's not normal. This is manipulation, right? So yeah, it's very annoying. Muchos. Disfatis saxios. Scottish Prepper, just talking about you. Isn't that funny? We just summoned you. Scottish Prepper. Yeah? Good evening. I was just talking about you, saying about how we've made some new friends and things like that, and really pleased to have met Mike and the UK Urban the UK Urban Prepper family, and saying about it'd be great to have you live on the show as well, Scottish Prepper. Be lovely to have you on, Brian. Cheers, everyone. I know it's just water. Right. Hugo's looking at me very expectantly. Mr. Flappy Flapcakes. You've only got to look at him to get a flap out of him. Bless his cotton socks. He's such a loving boy. Okay, let's get back to the chat. Pedigree Mongrel in the house. Stifled from reach at all costs. That's because Alphabet doesn't like your ass. I grew up on a family farm and they don't want you to learn how to live without them, no. But you know, this is more than that, you know, part of the, I think part of the, part of what annoys me is that, you know, a big part of what I was trying to, or not what was, what I'm trying to build here is somewhere for us to be able to make friends and to be a part of something, because people like us feel so alienated and so disconnected from reality a lot of the time, because we're the ones who are living reality, but everyone around us seemingly is in their own version of it, which is just what. And so it makes us feel very alienated. It makes us feel very like we're the abnormal ones, even though we know we're the normal ones. Do you see what I'm saying? And so the whole point of Sigma Prepper is it's somewhere for us to be who we are and not be judged and not feel like we're going to be, you know, that we can share our views and our opinions, and we're big enough and strong enough to carry our discussions in an adult and, you know, respectful way and have a laugh, right? And bring some comedy to it just to sort of lighten things up, you know, a spoonful of sugar and all that. Helps the medicine go down, which is my style. To create an environment where we can all be panic-free, fear-free, and have open minds to learn new ways of doing things, to think outside the box and to have alternative strategies in place that perhaps other people don't talk about, and to be able to have somewhere where we can get into the level of depth and detail that I like to, and people can follow along and get as deep with me as they're able to or want to. And if they just want to stick to the other videos I do with just bish bosh bash, this is how you do this, this is how you do that, then, you know. So yeah. Well, I've got to keep my eye on the time though, because I've got another show I'm supposed to be doing elsewhere tonight. What are we on? 35 minutes in. That's not too bad. We're doing all right. And again, don't forget the old the Campfire Catch-up videos tend to be ones where we can just talk about whatever's going on at the time, whatever's trending, and anything that's going on that we want to talk about. If you haven't seen them, I do highly recommend the Grid Down Scenario series of videos. Make sure you start at number 1 and go through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in order. There is a playlist. I think it's under podcasts. Yeah, it is. Look, so you got security and protection is a good one as well. Yeah, well, I'll get into properly all of it in that. Yeah, so this will start at number 1. Look, and it will go through in order. Right, the series. Going from the outside perimeter all the way in to all the way up to personal protection, right? But I just described the difference between the homestead bugging in and bugging out. Now this is one of my SHTF scenario shows. These became very popular because I do all like professional slides and stuff, and it's all laid out and illustrated as we go through. And you know, we break it all down. I think this one's got about 50 slides in this. And we get right into all the different stuff, right? So it's well worth a watch. The securing defenses when SHTF, this was like a while ago, but it's all relevant stuff now. You can see it's all sort of well thought through and put together and stuff. This is all performed live as well in front of a studio audience. So yeah, that's done really well, and that goes all the way through to the point where you're right up against it, all the way down to personal protection where it's up front. So this is the way I've broken it down, you see, is to discuss security and defenses from a wider area, building in, you know, what you can do to secure your town, your city, intel sources, your local neighborhood. So we're talking the closest 4 or 5 streets around you, and then immediate neighbors, closest surrounding properties in your street, and then your property perimeter, things like your house, your property boundary. So it's how to defend and secure against each of those as we go through, right? This is the last one, which is the defending yourself, offensive measures. Basically, we get into it all here just to give you a clue. The kind of things we get into: electric, cordless. You can probably guess the rest and things like this. There's lots of, you know, different options in there discussed, so definitely go and check that out as well. So there's 2 podcasts there that are great. The Grid Down Scenario is a definite must watch, and for people who are new to the channel, and of course, to be honest, I'd really encourage people to watch the Prepping Principles, which is my own part of what I write about in my book, The Ultimate Prepping Guide. There's a whole chapter dedicated to that. It's really important stuff. So yeah, there's lots for you to be checking out, and I really appreciate the support of you sharing my videos with your friends and other people that you think need to be finding a fast track, easy to consume way to get into prepping without feeling like they're a conspiracy theory crazy person. We're all about, you know, normal people who want to have a better chance of surviving than 99% of their town. And it's very easy to do. Because you don't have to be a commando, you just have to be more prepared than your main local residents, and you're already going to do well. Because more prepared than 99% of your neighbours means you've got more ways of defending yourself, of protecting yourself, of feeding yourself, of, you know, cleaning water and filtration and so on, right? It's the whole remit. And that's another big thing about the prepping principles that I talk about in that video, is the fact that you need to be performing an incremental prep strategy where I've broken prepping down into 12 different categories. And you need to be sort of building on each of them at the same time. So you start off with a 7-day prep list, which I've got for you. That'll be rolled out to the VIP Patreon members first and foremost. And the idea of that is your 7-day prep list will include things like, you know, 5 litres or a gallon of water bottled per day per person. 7 of those. It will be things like the Sawyer mini filters as an emergency. When it comes to security and protection, minimal stuff, things like a couple of hand radios because they're low investment and pretty good force multiplier if you can coordinate with yourself, your neighbours. So that's in there as the 7-day prep. The bug out bag is in there, the small medical kit and basic stuff, right? But when you start getting to 1 month prep list, it's a very different look because when you start looking at trying to store 1 month of water, you have to think outside the box on it, because you can't be doing like, you know, 30-gallon jugs lined up in your living room. It's just not going to work. So you start looking at things like 200-litre water butts in the garden and a bit more of a beefier water filter that you can use that's good for a month. You see, it's just a different way of looking at it. Instead of having a couple of USB-C and USB battery banks charged and ready to go, on the 1 month preps, we're more looking at stuff like, you know, a small off-grid solar, maybe 200-watt solar panel system, enough to keep your ham radios and your emergency radios and things like your night vision goggles or whatever you've got charged, and your smartphones and things, right? And GPS nav. So you've got, you know, options there. But then when you start getting into like 6 months preps, it changes altogether, and there's different problems to solve. So it's an interesting one, and that's going to be, that's all yet to come. But the Prepping Principles video talks about that at length and breaks it down as to the way. It's more about the mindset, about the, you know, how your mindset needs to be. So let's have a look at the comments then. Let's, When's Black Friday? I thought that was next week, isn't it? I will be doing a major discount on the Ultimate Hotspot for Black Friday. Probably only a limited number of the stock will be well, because they're difficult to get hold of. I have 6 power banks, but 1 more. That's called social engineering, where they alienate you and promote the people their message aligns with. Oh, 100%. They make it also so subscribers are low because they don't like paying out ad revenue. You blow the threshold, they show out. Yeah, you don't get monetized until you've got 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours of watch time over the last 365 days. So people watching my videos to the end, it really does help. And people watching things like I just showed you, the podcast. It's not a podcast, it's a full-on live show with all the slides, but they're in a nice series order of part 1, part 2, and so on. They're very easy to consume videos. It's alright, baby boy, it's just a plane. No, it's just an aeroplane. What is it, mister? Did he get a paw? Paw? Good paw. It's just a plane. It's just an aeroplane. It's okay. It's alright. All better. Oh, bless his cotton socks. Just tell her you want to build that. Well, she'll say, God, I don't know what that's about. I try to avoid taking a bad defense of my job. Yeah, I don't get into that stuff. Mine's more about non-lethal and more about security and protection. It's about how to avoid things like that. That one that you just saw is the last in the series of that, which is where we've gone through all the perimeters. Anyone who's watched that will tell you it's a must-watch series, right? Potato cannon, good one, right? No one wants to get in the way of that. Yeah. Nice slingshot. Yeah, I'm not going to say what I am. In terms of like marksman and things, I'm pretty good with a slingshot. Which I like because what I like about a slingshot is, and I've got several spare bands and things. I use the red bands, which are the high power ones. So you got to have some strength to draw that back to your cheek. Yeah. A lot of people can't manage it. But if you can, you can use the power bands. You can do, you know, quite well with that. And I use 1/2-inch ball bearings. 12mm. I said it wrong. 12mm. Got to do it Arnie styley. 12mm ball bearing from slingshot. But the great thing about it is, of course, it's kind of unlimited in its ammo as long as you've got some spare bands, right? Because, you know, you can just pick up a pebble and stuff like that. You're always good to go, and it's quite easy to carry about in the event of an SHDF scenario. But yeah, when I do bushcraft camp, sometimes I'll take it along with me. Maybe I will next time. I'll set up a target, and you'll see me live. I'm usually like a good 30-meter shot. I can usually a tin can. I will usually mount a tin can on a tree from about 20-25 meters. I can hit the tin can every single shot without missing, pretty much. I don't know what's considered good or not, but yeah. And you know, a ball bearing's going straight through a tin can, yeah, and out the back of it. So you don't want to get in the way of it. Anyway. Sigma, for me, you're the best YouTube ever with information that is life-saving. Lich. Whoosh, girlfriend. Thank you, my darling. You're just saying that. I'll give you that £10 earlier for saying that. Oh, dear. Thank you so much, everyone. Cheers, Scottish Prepper. I don't know if you were here earlier when I said about it. I'd be keen to get you on the show as a guest man at some point. We'll have to hook it up. 12-gram clay smashers. Timer, like, yes, there's a good thing as well, that the ham radio license. I mean, most people always say, oh, you don't need to worry about that because we're only going to be using them when it's like without rule of law and their shit's hit the fan and so on. But yeah, as part of the ham radio license, you do learn a lot of other things associated, which is just good to know. So, but again, I'm going to cover that. Last night I talked at depth would you there last night, Timer Clacker? Were you there last night for the global threat analysis? Because in part 2 I talked about my communications and surveillance kit, which I'm prototyping and going to be bringing to market as another one of the Sigma Prepper ultimate survival gear products. But I don't know if you were there for that one, but I kind of talk about ham radios and mesh tastics and my own breed of wireless surveillance cameras and stuff that I'm working with, and FM radio bugs and so on, right? But yeah, if you go on my channel, you'll see on the live tab up the top there, you click on the live one that shows all my live videos, and you'll see this global threat analysis here was the one. Yeah. Yesterday's essentially. Oh, part 2, sorry, it'll be up here somewhere, won't it? What am I showing here? Oh yeah, ham radio business. This is it. Talking about, you know, all sorts of things there. So go and check it out, because, you know, I'm talking about building relay stations and stuff. Yeah, repeaters. As part of what you get in my kit. Oh yeah, mesh-tastic board I'm talking about. With the messaging system in a grid down scenario with no cell towers for long distance text message communications and so on. So that's a great video. Second part of that is absolutely ram-packed full of stuff. Oh yes, I was there. Great show. Okay, thank you, Ty. I really appreciate it. I don't want to get a license because I don't want to get on a list. Interesting one. By the way, please do hit the like button if you haven't done already. I really appreciate it. G'day all. G'day, Caroline Rose, my darling. All the way from Australia, mate. It must be super early in the morning for you right now, isn't it? What are you doing up at such a time in Australia? What is it, about 7 in the morning or something for you? Roughly? Uh, 12G and double 20G here, grams I'm soaking. What's double 20G? Yes, the only thing is I need to get the ones that I've tested, lots of different kinds and modified a few different ones, and the best one is the one that I showed last night. But the only downside with it, it's not a downside, it's a benefit, is the fact that they need to be programmed with a programmer that I've made. Right, so I've already written the code to do it. I just need to have it in a little bit more of a easy to use for you. You know, with this touchscreen here, you'll just be up on the FM frequency and then set and then bosh, job done. The other thing as well that I've got with these, I've got it here, with the FM surveillance bugs, that you can just pop up the road in an SHTF scenario and just have your ham radio listening in and you'll hear people approaching. And they're very, very efficient with power. So one 18650 cell will last several days. But it's like this big. Look with my finger. There's the microphone there. But I need to program this with serial data to tell it what the frequency to transmit on and what the sensitivity of the microphone is as well you can set. So I've done a little bit of reverse engineering on it and it's worked quite well. I've managed to get it working beautifully and the range is pretty good. So I'm really pleased with it. So I've been prototyping. That's like the 3rd version, and you know me with Sigma Prepper. If it's not right, it's not going out right, because this has to be, you know, bomb-proof kind of stuff. That it has to be reliable. It has to work every time. It has to be a super low MTB, mean time between failures. Right, that's what it's all about. Because you know I rely on the fact that, or I assume the fact that people aren't going to actually test their equipment like they should before it hits the fan. And so I need to make all my survival gear that's got the Sigma Prepper brand on it. I need to make sure that when you turn that on for the first time and it's just been in a box for like 2 years and then shit hits the fan and you pull it out, it's got to work every time, all of the time. And so there can't be any room for error. It needs to be intuitive. It needs to be obvious how to do things without having to scurry around looking for a manual. And so until I can make sure it falls in line with the rest of my product range, it's still in prototype format. But at least I've got a really good, I've got my formal list of what that ultimate surveillance and communications kit will contain, and the usefulness of each of them. But one of the tasks I need to do, obviously cash flow is a big problem for me, because I've got nothing coming in. I'm running on fumes. So a lot of things that I need to buy for my lab for prototyping, just a few little circuit boards and some other things I need. It's taking ages to sort of save up £30 so I can buy the next thing I need to buy to test and research and modify and soak test and then finally destroy purposefully to see its limitations and everything else I have to do. But anyway, it's a budgetary problem. Osprey in the house, great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I've got a few different versions of them, John C. There was another one that I made. Have I got it here somewhere? Where was that? No, that's my thingy book. It might be in the box, in the main... I will have a quick look. I mean, it might not be in here because it was a failed attempt. But the version 2... it was alright. That's something else. The version 2 was basically pretty good, but the problem with it, it was good because you just pushed a button up and down for the frequency to set it. but the microphone was really low pickup volume for what we want for surveillance, and just hide it in a bush up the road from your house and hide another one in the bush up the other end on a different frequency, and then you can, you know, listen with your ham radio FM to hear if someone's coming. You kind of need it to be pretty decent audio pickup, and they just weren't very good. And so I played around and stuff, and I basically, using my microscope, you know, I desoldered one of the small surface mount resistors and changed it for a lower value from my stock, and I got it to be more like acceptable to be usable. But I thought, you know what, the cost of me having to get my microscope out and do very, very precision engineering soldering to remove that, it's all very well for me with a prototype, but do I want to be doing that every time? And do you want to be paying for me to have to do that every time? So this is where this process comes from, which is why I do things like live in the lab, so you can see how I go about the product design, engineering, prototyping and execution to the things that you say. Yeah, they are condenser mics, but it's just more about the software, John C, in terms of the gain function, the gain amplifier chip that's built onto it. Yeah. So the condenser mic is pre-amplified into then the gain amplifier to then be transmitted by the FM. So yeah, it's just a trial and error, right? And again, I bought maybe 5 different versions. One of them was a dead on arrival, and it had a tiny little tuning crystal that was so delicate. If anybody tried to change the channel with just normal tools, it would just break straight away. I thought, that's no good. I'm going to get people saying, I tried to change the frequency and it snapped the thing off. And it's like, you can imagine, right? So that's what I'm saying. These things need to be foolproof. And not because I think you're fools by any means, but because obviously in a crisis, people are in a rush, they're panicked, they're not thinking straight a lot of the time because they're in that anxious zone, and they've not undergone their mental mastery. I've got a whole chapter of that in my Ultimate Prepping Guide book because it's so important, right? And so I have to assume that people aren't going to be tech-minded. They're not going to, do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It needs to be intuitive, it needs to be clear, it needs to be concise, and people need to be able to follow it. A little bit like the famous book writer who could write every one of his books. You could give it to a 4th grader and they'd be able to read it, kind of thing. Yeah. Nelly on the land in the house. Popped in while I can. Great to see you. Great to catch up. I'm just catching up with the chat. Sorry, I've been missing people. Hugo Bear, you're going to have to wait. Come on your chair. Hugo. Come. Oh, up you get. On your chair. I love the way he climbs on like a lion. Oh, Darkwoods presents just subscribed. I thought you already had done. Thank you very much. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. Interesting. Yeah, jump into the Discord server. Nice shout, Daily Survival. And come and join us live with friends. So, cheers everyone. Hugo, do you want to go with Mummy? Go on in. Say bye-bye, Hugo. Thank you, honey. Cheers, Wolfpack. Thank you for joining us. Hugo's been saved because he did want to. It seemed like he wanted to go. So now he can, because Magic Hand is home. So he's been taken care of. In fact, yeah, no, he would have already had dinner. Nice sub, like it. Yeah, so get yourself on the Discord server. It's a great place to be. Let's see if we've had any new peeps. No, we haven't. How disappointing. But yeah, get yourself over there. Links in the description below. It's a great place to make friends. It's a great building community over there. And get your memes in there and your Sigma quotes, don't forget. If you've got some great quotes you want to share, these are the ones we've seen before. And of course, we do the Sigma Mindset quotes on our global threat analysis shows and the Sigma Prepper live shows, and also the memes as well. You've got a whole room there full of memes to go and cheer yourself up. And so get yourself in there. And again, if I like your memes, we show them as well as part of that live, so we can just try and help people to get through these times with a little bit of humour. Let's try not to take the world a little bit too seriously, because it is a bit of a joke at the moment, but we have to be mindful of the things and the threats that present themselves, and to be prepared for them, be ready for them, make sure we keep our stocks and our preps in order, and make sure we gain the knowledge we need so that when a crisis hits, we know what we're doing and we don't make silly mistakes that's going to catch us out, right? Thank you so much, Daily Survival, for keeping the links flowing. Of course, as she says, to Patreon VIPs is a great way to support me. And thank you to Pat as well for our newest Patreon VIP era. And of course, the Patreon VIPs are the peeps who get to have a look in our VIP Wolfpack area. These are turned off for you as a normal. You can see all of these other rooms, right, full of all the information, whether it's to do with prepping or latest news or off-grid living and stuff like that, right? And the after parties for the public. But these VIP rooms, you'll only see these if you're a VIP Patreon member. Just one of the perks of it as well is the after parties, where you get to chat to me and I get to chat to you and everyone, and you can listen in on other people's conversations, what we're talking about after the show and things like that, right? So how are we looking for time? It's 9 o'clock here in the UK. So probably about 5 p.m, 6 p.m. No, sorry, what am I talking about? 4 p.m. Eastern time on a Saturday. The Discord has to update first. Oh, is yours updating? He's en route. Dark Woods Presents is en route. That's confirmed. He's en route. Roggers semi for normal times and full auto for ACS times, like it. So I definitely suggest checking out some of those series videos on my channel, because they're great 101 but highly in-depth type presentations. So there's loads on there. We got even Surviving the Economic Reset. I forgot about that one. So there's loads in there. So definitely go and do it. If you want it all in one go, because your attention span can handle it, they're more farther down here when you go on the live tab on my channel. When you come down here, you'll see number 1, Advanced Prepping Principles. Yeah, the Advanced Principles of Prepping. Right? And then you've got this grid down scenario, which is like an hour and 30. Right? Otherwise, you're getting them in the broken down version on the podcast, look, where they're split down into easy to digest chunks. What a load of jibber jabber. Oh. Okay, I left a hello. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can confirm. Success. There he is, look. Yay. Like it. Dark Woods Presents. Let's give you a Wolfpack love. Thank you for joining us, my man. Go and have a look around. You'll see all these rooms. Yeah. Got stuff like hunting and fishing. If you know a lot about that, you know, share your experiences, share your recommendations of what you use and things. You got travel vehicles as well. People putting recommendations in for what they use, some of the little tricks and things. Literally down to that, yeah. Education and knowledge. You got lots of options there. People recommending books, and you know, it's all in there. Homestead, right? Loads of information about that. I mean, it's littered. Littered, I tell you. Not to mention, this is a good one, an exclusive merch where you can get yourself an exclusive merch mug. Links in description. No excuses. Cheers, everyone. Right, I need to get ready for another show. We're going to be coming back tomorrow, don't forget. I'm on my daily video challenge from now until at least the new year. So please help this channel grow. This should have been way beyond. This should have been on 1 million subscribers at least 1 million years ago. Don't forget, if you want to catch up with me or whatever and see what I'm up to, and you're just during the week and you're at work and you're bored, go and check out sigmaprepper.com. Sorry, just scrolling to the top. When it hits the fan, don't end up around a campfire in squirrels on sticks. All my stuff's on there, links to everything, and the Sigma Prepper survival gear page as well. Things like the hotspot, the virus prediction tool that I brought to life back in 2020 and gave away for free and went viral and got me a lot of attention that it shouldn't have done. But there you go, this is what happens. I'm trying to be a good boy and not teach people in the same way anymore. But thank you so much. Thank you to our recent subscribers, really appreciate you all. And go and check out some of my videos. There's lots there, something for everyone, and I'll be doing lots more during this week, so we've got lots to look forward to. I might even, if it's not too cold and it's not too windy and raining, I'm hoping to do another live in the woods. So we'll be out there, me and Hugo, maybe Hugo if it's not too cold, with a flask of tea in the woods at midnight, camped out somewhere. Come to you live, talk about what's going on in the world. We'll have another live in the lab as well. I've got some work to do on my sentry turret, don't forget, that I've been working on. I need the infrared lasers. I need to do remote on-off systems and things like this. I've got a lot of coding to do. I don't know if I'll bore you with that, but there'll be lots of live in the lab coming for both the sentry turret, some of the other prototypes I'm working on for survival gear, and things like this. So lots to come, not to mention all the global threat analysis, because we got to see how the West is going to respond to Russia responding to Ukraine responding to Russia. So we've got it all going on. So I do hope each and every one of you will be well over the weekend. Don't forget, I'm going to be coming to see you tomorrow anyway, just because I'm going to be coming to see you every day. So it's been lovely to see you all today. Please hit the like button if you haven't done already. I've been Drew, the Sigma Prepper. You've been a wonderful bunch. And in the meantime, love, peace and progress to the pack.
Reject the herd, prepare the pack. Click the like button, it's as easy as that. Check the description for the links you need. Follow my socials, subscribe to my feed. From a single lone woman to a family of 5. Learn from Sigma Prepper and see how you can thrive. We understand the risks that tomorrow could bring. We adapt and survive, it's a wolf pack thing. Prepare the pack. Click the like button, it's as easy as that. Check the description for the links you need. Follow my socials, subscribe to my feed.